Good morning, Lynn. Who else is on here? I'll wait for a few minutes then. Seattle Driver, are you on here? I know you usually be on here. It's kind of early still. So what's going on, Lynn? Because you're the only one I see for now. Uh, I'm trying to do it better. I just got my water bill through an email yesterday. My water bill was $560 something. I said, what the hell? I'm like, oh, I've been on my mind all last night and this morning. So I'm just so sick. My water bill comes out every 2 months. My water bill is usually $160 something. It's only me. And I'm like, so they have, I called the water company and they said, oh, they'll send a technician within 10 days and see if something's wrong with the water meter, test it, and then if so, they'll adjust my bill to my average. Then they tell me if it comes back and nothing's wrong with the meter on their end, then I gotta hire a plumber and see where the water break, where there's a coming from in the house. I was told that there may be a water leak somewhere in the house, but it wouldn't have been a vast leakage. So now I'm like, now how much it's gonna cost me to get it fixed. I have to wait for the county, which takes 7 to 10 business days for them to come out, check the water, check around the house, see if there's any water damage or water leaks in your house. And then if it's a water damage and I have to repair it, then I could show them the bill and they'll adjust my bill. But it's going to take 2 billing cycles for them to adjust it. So in the meantime, I'm lucky that I check my email because I draft everything. So that means on the 13th, I would have had 500 and something odd dollars taken out of my account. I would have never knew nothing about it. So that's on my mind. And then I'm on my way to do Panera. I didn't go and come in yesterday. I took off yesterday for Panera bread. They still didn't put me on the schedule. So I don't know. I just didn't go. And I went out for the first time on my own on Tuesday under the manager's code. And when they cashed me out for the tips and the mileage, I got $10.80 something, and I was there from 10:30 till 4 when I left. Now, remember I told y'all it was $5 per delivery plus tips and miles. No, it's $5 per hour when I'm out delivering, and you clock out when you out. It's $5 per hour. So if I worked 2 hours and I was out 2 hours for doing deliveries, then it's $10 plus whatever tips and whatever the mileage it is. And I was like, okay. I sworn that they, I know I couldn't have misconstrued the information when the manager told me. So, but I'm gonna see how it is today. They said Thursday's supposed to be so busy. Hopefully, I have my own number. I can log on with my own name and just go out and do it. It's not bad. It really isn't. You're not really going far to deliver anything, and um, I'll see how it goes. But in the meantime, I'm just gonna hang in there because I just signed up for benefits yesterday when I was online. I signed up for medical and dental, and they have 401k. That's the only reason why I think I would stick around and work with Panera is because of the benefits. And the benefits, what I pay each month. for the 2 pay periods, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. Now, if you was it's pretty good. So that's the only reason why I would stay is for the cost of the benefits. All right, people, let me in so I could you know, it's because of the benefits and the health and benefits. So I don't have to keep the Obamacare. I'm gonna have to cancel that. Um, Even though I think the Obamacare was a little bit more cheaper, but it's better that I signed up under the company because the Obamacare is um, subsidized. So if I make more money than I estimated that I was going to make when I file my taxes next year, then I may not even qualify for that premium tax credit, which is a refundable credit. But that does go along with my topic for taxes, because that is a very complicated calculation. So have them come out and check your lines. Yeah, they're gonna come out and check the meter. They're gonna check. They're gonna send a technician and check, and then they'll tell me. And then if it's not the county's issue or fault or whatever, then they'll tell me to get a plumber, and then I just have to submit the bill. I'm just so worried that it's gonna. All right, I'm back. This thing, this thing is really getting on my nerves with this. Yeah. So I hope it's not a cost thing. I hope it's something with the faulty meters, because they've been having these issues with this thing water meters in the county, and it's becoming a big headache for homeowners in the county. And I'm on the verge of of either have to see where I stand financially to either keep my house. I mean, I'm keeping up with the mortgage and stuff, but it's just becoming a little bit too much trying to pay. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I have to see. I'm gonna have to see give myself a good what I'm gonna do this year. I try to either say I want to work and work for a company, but come on, people, we're gonna walk. Let me go and get me some for breakfast. But anyway, I'm taking appointments for anyone who needs assistance with the taxes, and I guess within a couple of days, everybody will get all their 1099s. And don't forget, you also have to just make sure they give you your Schedule K1s too. That has to be. You must get that, and you must make sure you got your information for your insurance. There's the 1095A, B, and C. Now, the difference between each of those is that if you get a 1095, everybody's going to get a 1095 one way or the other. If you work through your employer and you're covered under your insurance with your employer, then you're going to get a 1095A. If you have Obamacare, you're going to get the 1095B, and then if you have the 1095C is Medicare or anything of such. So you must make sure that you get that. Now, if you didn't sign up for insurance at all and you didn't elect to get insurance last year for this year's return, then hopefully you will be exempt from the penalty. Now, I'm going to talk about that in a separate tax issue altogether, because there are some rules about who could be exempt from the penalty. Now, one of the things that I didn't really like with Obamacare, I mean, I love the President Obama. I understand the whole concept of people needing getting medical insurance, everybody needing insured, but I could say I could take two positions about why they wanted to appeal Obamacare. Now, appealing Obamacare, a lot of people think that's unfair. They think that's, you putting hurt to the poor. But you know what? It's not about not wanting to have people have fair use of Medicare. It's the fact that why should insurance cost so much anyway? That's my thing. If insurance was priced comfortably for people to afford to get insurance, then people should buy it. If they don't want to get insurance, then that's on them. When you work for an employee, you don't have to sign up for health insurance or dental. Most people get insurance because one, a company as a whole gets it as a group policy, and it may cost you, you know, um, maybe what for a single, you may get insurance for like maybe 60 something dollars. But if you're a family, say you have kids and you married, it may cost $200 a month, 300, and this is through your job, unless you work for a very good company that pays the employees insurance. But most companies are not trying to do that anymore. I worked at Verizon Wireless, and they had a very excellent insurance plan, but I could assure you that those premiums go up every year when it's time to renew because it's based on the health of the overall workforce. If you have a lot of unhealthy people who work for you, the insurance company is going to deem that company a risk. And as a result of that, the premiums go up. So, to me, the problem that this country has is a health care problem, not having insurance, because they don't want you to be healthy. For the fact that if you have a healthy workforce, insurance companies don't make any money, and they can't justify, and those drug and pharmaceutical companies can't make no money, you know, and they pry on the poor, because most of the time people who are disenfranchised or who doesn't have the means to have quality health insurance are the ones who tend to suffer, medically, because they make poor choices. They don't have, they make poor choices. They don't have the luxury to afford healthier foods to become healthy, and therefore they resort to eating things that makes them, have diabetes and everything else. All right, let me go in here. I'll be back in a minute, y'all. I'm just thinking falling apart. All right, I'm back. But anyways, like I said, I'm taking appointments now. So just send me an email with your contact information, and we could talk on the phone, and then we could see how we're gonna coordinate our time and appointments. But if you decide you wish to do it yourself, or you're gonna go online, or if someone says, well, I have this person who do it for years, you want to make sure that just don't simply give all your information to people and they don't explain or sit down and go over it. You don't have to know tax law and all that ins and outs. But at the same time, you want to know what you need to do for this year. So that way, you're better. Hey, Seattle driver, you want to know the type of information you need to keep, how to track for next year. Because, see, next year is going to be a big major changes for a lot of people. Because next year, you can't take exemptions. You know how when you say how many people you could claim on your return, they say you claim you and your children, and you had like 3 exemptions. All that exemption amount is gone. They doubling up on the standard deduction. So rather than being, I don't know what exemption on top of my head, but say it was like $4,650 for single. That's double. But they're eliminating that up to extra exemption. I started thinking to myself, I said, they making it where you're gonna end up getting less. So a lot of people, and I hate when people say this. I'm gonna wait for my tax money to come. How do you know, or why you think you automatically get a refund every year? People are always waiting for this tax money. Now, unfortunately, hey T the bar. Unfortunately, if you're self-employed 1099, it's not so much how much money you're going to get back. It's how much money you're going to owe. How much more taxes do I have to pay? It's going to be the big question. A lot of people are waiting for this big payout when it comes to taxes. When it's because people are so used to getting refunds. I didn't get any 1099 from Lyft or Uber. Do I still have to file? Yeah. Yep, you do. Yep. If it's $500 or more, Lyft and Uber will send you the 1099. I always get my money up front. Yeah, but if you're working, if you're working and you work with an employer or a W-2 and you claiming zero, because that's the most you could claim when you feel like your W-4 is zero, and you have the most taxes taken out when you file your return. That's no problem. That's all. That's all what a refund is: overpayment and tax. And most of the time, you're gonna get a bigger refund is when people do that. When they go to the employer, they put zero, and then when they file and with the exemptions and the standard deductions or Schedule A, they getting back a refund. But see, next year it's a whole different ball game. But I don't understand what you're saying when you say the least taken out. Are you talking about through your employer? Or are you talking about do your see, you either have a lot of refundable credits, which is the child tax credit, education credit, um, W-2. That's what I'm saying. You claiming if you're getting the most taken out, the most you could take out of a W-2 is when you claim zero. When you claim zero, that's the most money of taxes are withheld, unless you claim one, which is yourself. So it's more to the W-2s and 1099s. The question is that do you have how many exemptions are you claiming? Are you claiming head of household? Do you claim if people have claiming two dependents plus themselves, they got three? Well, that is null and void. Next year, you're not going to be able to claim the exemption because they're not going to have no exemptions anymore. But that's next year. So I don't want to dwell too much into what's going to happen next year. But you're going to need to know, because what you do this year, especially if you are 1099 and you're doing these side gigs as to make extra income. See, that's where it's going to be. It could be a problem for a lot of people. And the problem is going to come into play is because they are doubling up on the standard deductions. You cannot file Schedule A. Now, I'm not talking about Schedule C for business, but the Schedule A is if you claim, you go and pay church dues, charitable deductions, you have a mortgage, you have you work somewhere and your employer does not reimburse you back for expenses as an employee, you don't get to deduct those anymore. Now, they haven't made much changes about Schedule C for self-employed, because under the rules, they're trying to give everyone a 2-3% lower in taxes to pay. But when you're doubling up on the standard deductions and you're eliminating the exemptions, are you really saving taxes? And I don't think you are, because all you're doing is, they trying to make it. They claim they trying to make it simple by doing that, but for those who are 1099 people, I'm not talking about that. You're still going to be able to deduct your expenses. But let me tell you, I'm telling y'all what's going to happen. All the courts and all these rules about people suing, saying they're being misclassified as independent contractors, and they are truly are employees. What's going to happen is that as more and more people go into these ride-sharing gig jobs, and they're not going to pay as much taxes because it's going to be all these major deductions they're able to take, that's going to be changed. I'm going to tell y'all right now, when next year comes, not next year, when the end of this year comes, and they start talking about the rules of the game, especially when it comes to being a delivery driver or Uber or any of these gigs, they're going to simply I'm going to tell y'all, they're going to straight up say that they're going to start limiting that. They're going to start putting some major limits, because if they don't collect taxes on that money, and all these companies are putting people as independent contractors because they don't want to pay health insurance, they don't want to be responsible for Social Security benefits and all those things, companies are not going to be hiring as much. Another thing that I see, it's a Facebook thing I saw on someone's Facebook. They said ever since Trump signed the new overhaul taxes, they said Sam's Club went out of business, Kimberly Clark had laid off 30,000 people. All these companies, big companies, started closing its stores and closing down and everything. Now, I don't know if that's all 100% Trump's fault, because I don't want to say, oh, it's because of Donald Trump, everything went shutting down. It's a combination of things. Trump may be an ass, and I'm not a Trump supporter at all. I mean, he made his billions. He doesn't show his tax returns to the public. Every other president showed what they filed their tax returns. Trump, nope. He ain't gonna show it. He ain't gonna reveal it to anyone or anything of such. There's nothing in the Constitution that says that the president is required to display or show their tax returns. So we don't know. But I tell you, he's gonna do what's gonna benefit billionaires. He's gonna show what's gonna benefit millionaires, and hopefully we all get into a mindset of we all get in the mindset of thinking what businesses, owning a business, being an independent contractor, and really go back and save, because that's what you have to think about. That's what you have to think about. I'm not saying everybody should be entrepreneurs. Everybody needs to own their own business, because being an independent contractor, in my opinion, really benefits the big companies. It may help people to make extra money, but see, that's when you get into an issue when you work as an employee and then you work as an independent contractor. So you have to balance each of those incomes. You're gonna have to balance it. One way or the other, you have to balance it. Like I said, next year we'll see. I look at it all the time. We're gonna see what's gonna happen. But anyway, all I'm saying is get your stuff together. Make sure you get all your W-2s, 1099s, anything from the bank. And another thing is you want to really start. Can we file in? Oh yeah, you can file anytime. Filing season opened up Monday. The IRS started officially taking tax returns on Monday, and I could assure you there were people who already filed their returns weeks and weeks ago with a last pay stub, and they're getting all these error codes because let me tell you, that TurboTax live ops. Why y'all been calling me for the last 3 days? We need people on the phone. Oh, come on and sign up, and we need people. See, when you have people like me working for 14 hours, answering your phone calls, you want to get rid of people you want to get rid of people and terminate a contract and never told me anything. Could you please set me up an appointment? Let me know the time. Okay. Let me know when you want to do it. I'm open. Send me an email. tsmallwood68@gmail.com. Oh, let me write your email down. I'm gonna write it down. Uh-oh. I gotta go in there in 5 more minutes. Okay, Seattle Drive. Tell me your email address. I'm gonna send you an email. MAX. Oops, I can't see for nothing. Let me see. This iPhone is so small. MAXKR@yahoo.com. Okay, I got it. Okay, I'll send you an email message sometime today, and I'll tell you how to send payments, and we could talk about that. And then I'll put my phone number in the email. We could talk on the phone, and I could set you up anytime. Evenings. I got it. All right, let me go inside now. I'm gonna see how today. You're welcome. We're gonna see what the day brings. It's supposed Thursday. They say is usually busy. We'll see how that goes. Put on my hat. Hopefully they'd have me a shirt because I'm supposed to be wearing a orange shirt, and they have not yet given me one. But anyway, I'll talk to y'all later. I'll be on later on this evening. I do Grubhub from 6 to 8 for 2 hours, and I may have to do I leave today, but if it's not busy, then I'm gonna leave at my regular time, which is usually 4 o'clock. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good day, and I'll talk to y'all later.